Yes. Yes, that just might work.
There you are.
Wherever you like. Where is this supposed to lead?
Lashari brought that map from some Parayan ruin a couple of weeks ago. Looks confusing, doesn't it? She said it contains more knowledge about the Parayans than all the tomes in the Sun Temple's library put together. And now she's gone. Just like Constantine. It still feels surreal. Well, let us say that I have been thinking a lot about the decisions we make in life and where they lead us. But let's not talk about that now. I did, yes, because I require your help in a personal matter. There hasn't been a good time since the Red Madness broke out. And believe me, I wouldn't bother you with this if it weren't important. Hard to explain. Come. Fair enough. Where do I start? Imagine the following scenario. You're in an old fortress. Suddenly a door opens and a bandit charges in. Before you even realize what is happening, he raises his bow, nocks an arrow, and fires it straight at your throat. What happens next? That is one possibility, yes. It might be the one you would experience. The truth, however, is a bit more complex than that. Reality branches off into millions of new realities. One in which the bandit kills you, one in which he gets hit by a falling piece of rubble from the ceiling, one in which a tunnel spider jumps out from the shadows and kills him. The possibilities are endless. Everything that can happen will happen, and creates a new eventuality in the process, another reality. In a million others, yes. There might even be one where a magical anomaly suddenly transforms the bandit into a Mirad. Everything that can happen will happen. This is the nature of our universe. I'm getting there. I assume you know that this mechanism is also the reason for the existence of magic. An Arcanist is able to transport eventualities from one reality into another, and thus perform feats considered supernatural. So far, so good. But what if there were a way to not only bring elements of other eventualities into ours, but to travel these other realities physically? I am indeed. Well, this is where it gets exciting, isn't it? With the Planeswalker. Come, let us sit. Have you ever heard of the name Dalmarek? That's the one. What hardly anyone knows, however, is that Dalmarek's experiments reached far beyond the Sunwheel. Among other things, he worked on a device called the Planeswalker, a combination of Endralian mentalism and Parayan technology. Temporarily, yes. Sadly, Dalmarek never had the chance to finish it, since he was too busy blowing up Thalgard. Lashari? No. Even if we were to find a reality where she didn't die, we couldn't bring her back. Suffice it to say that there is something I need to see. Something I want to see. To be honest, it wasn't my intention to drag someone else into this. But there's no other choice, so here we are. We should, yes. But let me reassure you that this endeavor won't take up too much of our time. And as I've already said, I would not bother you with this if it weren't important. It could, but not that much. Other than what I'm planning to use the Planeswalker for, we lack a concrete plan for using it against the cycle. The only thing we could do with it is use it to blindly glimpse into other realities and hope that we can gain information in the few moments we have there. And for reasons I will elaborate on later, traveling into other realities is quite dangerous. In other words, it's not worth the risk. No, Prophet. Our fight against the High Ones is one we'll have to fight in this world. There's no way around that. Indeed. It would mean a lot to me, if that's worth anything to you. Well, first of all, we need to acquire 2 materials I wasn't able to find here in Ark. The ether crystal, and a special kind of alloy. According to my research, Dalmaric's old laboratory in Thalgard would be a good place to start our search. Yes, I'll tell you more about it later. You mean Jakil and Mjorl? Yes, they could. But their magical talents aren't anywhere near powerful enough to help with the activation ritual. Also, Sun knows why, I can't help but feel a certain amount of trust towards you. Right in the middle of Thalgard's contaminated areas, so it will be dangerous. You have a map, don't you? Here. That's where we should find the entrance. I have some preparations to make first, so let us meet there shortly. Ah, and one more thing. I would appreciate it if we could keep this matter between you and I for now. I know I've said it before, but this mission is personal, and I'd rather not have to justify it to Aranthiel. Firstly, because it's a personal matter. Secondly, it's too much of a risk as long as Khalim and his helper are still sauntering about. The less people know of this mission, the better. The essentials. Well, suffice it to say that what happened to Lashari and Constantine have made me question certain things. I know that they gave their lives for the greater good, but frankly, there have been times when I've found it hard to stay true to our cause. I am hoping that what I'll find over there will help me regain some sense of purpose. Yes, I know, probably not the answer you were hoping for, but it's the best I can do for now. Forgive me.
Same shit, different smell.
Oh, that's complicated. We'll talk about it once we get there. We will. I will meet you in Thalgard.
Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed? Sure, where to? Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed?
Tenacious bastards. Sunborn, the descendants of those who had the dubious pleasure of surviving the Sunfire. They don't. I'm not an expert on the subject, but as I understand it, the after effects of the Sunfire crippled their vocal cords. I don't think so. Researching the matter would be quite costly, and who would profit from it? Well, you'd have to ask the Holy Grand Master about that. But honestly, why would they? To the Order, the Sunborn are just a bunch of disfigured savages inhabiting a ruined patch of land. They don't dare go outside the contaminated area. As I said, two objects. The ether crystal, and a special kind of alloy. I'll look for the alloy, you look for the crystal. Agreed? I don't know exactly, but according to my sources, it's made of a fluorescent blue mineral. And regarding your first question, it's the core element of the Planeswalker. Think of it as a kind of enhancer of one's gaze into the sea of eventualities. Well, the reason so many Arcanists lose their minds is that we as mages constantly perceive other eventualities. Not consciously, but as some kind of background static. The ether crystal strengthens our perception of other eventualities while we wear it. If you were to have it with you permanently, then yes, maybe. I suggest you try his old laboratory first. It should be close to the library, so further down. Come on, let's get started. Just come back here once you've found the crystal. So, had any luck?
Aye, but it's all shards. The roof came down on it.
What? No, that can't be. Show me.
Suit yourself.
No. No, 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 no. That's impossible.
Apparently it's not. So what about my pay?
You'll get it.
Well, maybe you're just wrong and this goddamn crystal was never in here in the first place. Ever thought of that?
It is here. Let's keep looking.
All right, all right. We have all the time in the world, don't we?
Ah, there you are. So? Doesn't surprise me. What exactly? Huh. Interesting. I suppose those were glimpses into nearby reality strands. The crystal enhanced your gaze and let you perceive elements of other eventualities in this one. Lashari. Yes, of course. It must have been a scene from another reality, where she survived the assassination attempt. Or where she never went after the traitor in the first place. And I asked her for help instead of you, which would have been my plan if she weren't... Well, let's not talk about it. That we still haven't caught her killer is driving me insane. I did. Ah, I see what you're getting at. You're drawing conclusions about my personality because of this, right? It is. Are you aware of the fact that, quite often, a tiny event is enough to leave an impression on a person's personality forever? I don't know what the Yuzlan from the other reality went through, but it's likely that he was quite different from me. Or, who knows, perhaps the mercenary wasn't trustworthy. Either way, no need to be afraid of me. Now, may I see the crystal? Correct. Thank you. I do have the alloy, by the way. It's a bit dented, but I should be able to fix it. Huh. Fascinating. A pity we need to disassemble it. Either way, we did what we came here for. I'll take the crystal to Ark and find a safe place to store it. Here, I found this further down. Why don't you take it? It might be useful. I will need a couple of days at least to fully reconstruct the Planeswalker. I started months ago, but the crystal and the alloy were still missing. Meet me in the dust pit in the Undercity 2 days from now. It's some kind of arena, in case you haven't been there before. See you then.
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. To many of you,
Monsieur?
the situation this city is in.
I just don't see the fucking point.
Now where did